Deadpool is a beat-em-up hack-and-slash game that stars your favorite merc with a mouth, Deadpool. Deadpool is developed by High Moon Studios and published by Activision. Is this a ride you want to go on, or should you just shut up?
I've got my top designers banging away on a script right now. As soon as it's ready, we'll send it right over.
In Deadpool, the story revolves around Deadpool kidnapping the employees of the High Moon Studios and forcing them to make a Deadpool game. While in-game you do a bunch of random things, but in the beginning you're going after a guy named Chance White, and then you have to save the world or something like that from the grips of Mr. Sinister. The story is completely random and you're going through it as Deadpool as he's taking over the script, and to be honest, it is completely genius. The story will take you somewhere around the ballpark of 8 to 10 hours to complete as well. Deadpool, as I said, is a hack and slash, so naturally you're running through a bunch of levels beating the hell out of a ton of enemies, and when you're going through the levels you have your swords and pistols of course, but you can always unlock other weapons and abilities like a shotgun or 2 giant mallets and more. All of this is done through in-game currency DP points. You get DP points by killing enemies and finding hidden treasure chests. Aside from hacking and slashing, there will also be some varied parts in the game where Deadpool turns into a Zelda-like game or even a Mario-type game, and it's all pretty darn entertaining. But most of the time you'll be kicking the crap out of people with your weapons, which lucky for us is pretty fun. Deadpool's combat system will remind a lot of people of Batman Arkham Asylum, and with good reason. The combat is smooth and very combo driven, which is great fun. All of your weapons pack a wallop too, as you really feel the weight of your weapons as you bash some skulls in. The overall gameplay is really fun and will keep you entertained throughout. Deadpool is an alright looking game, though the areas you're going through kinda feel uninspired, but the real charm is the humor and the voice acting. Deadpool is a character who breaks the fourth wall all the time, and it shows in this game. It is seriously funny, and I found myself laughing out loud at some parts of it. The humor never gets too much either, which is great, because I know with something like this, there is always the potential for the humor to be just too much. The voice acting is great too. Nolan North did a fantastic job as Deadpool, and the rest of the cast did well too. The presentation is really where the game shines, at least in the audio part of it. While the levels aren't the greatest, the humor and the acting really picks up the slack and puts this game over the top.
Mr. Snookums? What are you...
Deadpool is one of those games that is great the first time, but that is about it. There's not a whole lot to come back to after you sink your teeth in. There are a few challenge maps, sure, and you can always play the game again on a higher difficulty, but there's not much else. However, I do feel like you could play this one over after a few years of your initial experience, just to get the laughs all over again. It's one of those kind of games that you'll be like, Deadpool sounds like a good fun time. In conclusion, Deadpool is a really fun game, and it shows throughout with the story, gameplay, and presentation. The only lacking thing is replayability, but in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with the game that you only really need to play through once. That's why my overall score for Deadpool is a 8 out of 10. It's a great game. My name has been Andrew Holmes for the Overshield.com, and I'll see you next time.